Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making a soothing cleansing balm as part of our soothing series. So a cleansing balm is basically a soft balm that has some included emulsifiers so that you can massage the balm into your face, and then when it comes time to rinse it off, it rinses off really nicely thanks to the inclusion of those emulsifiers. You don't necessarily need emulsifiers in cleansing balms or cleansing oils, but I've made my fair share of them without, and I'm really not a fan. I think the inclusion of the emulsifier really makes for a significantly better product. The bulk of this cleansing balm is calendula infused olive oil. So if you want to learn more about how to make that, check out the blog. I'll linked in the description box below, so you can make your own or you can purchase some if that's your preference. I've used a mixture of Polawax Complete Emulsifying Wax and Polysorbate 80 to be our emulsifiers. If you're looking for alternatives, please check the description box below, click through to the blog. There's a big long list of substitution suggestions and recommendations at the end of the recipe, and that goes for, of course, everything in the recipe, not just the emulsifiers. I've thickened this cleansing balm with a combination of stearic acid and cetyl alcohol. And so these are fatty thickeners. So unlike waxes, beeswax, calendula wax, that sort of thing, I find that they give our products much more of a buttery feel as opposed to a waxy feel, and they have significantly superior wash off, which I really like in a product like this. You don't really want to be using a cleansing balm to wash your face and then be left with a kind of a waxy film on it when your face is supposed to be clean. This cleansing balm does come together really easily. We are going to bring it to trace in an ice bath so that the colloidal oats and kaolin clay that we're including can kind of stay in suspension. If we pour it when it's too hot, they're just gonna settle out to the bottom and you'll have quite the clayey, oaty experience at like the very bottom of your container, but that's not hard. Please remember to check out the blog post as well, linked in the description box below. There's also a bunch of other projects in this soothing series, so you can have a full-on soothing face and body care routine. But come on, let's get started. We'll begin by combining our heated phase ingredients in a small heat-resistant glass measuring cup. So you're going to need 3.6 grams Polawax Complete Emulsifying Wax, 3 grams Polysorbate 80, 29.85 grams calendula infused olive oil, 1.8 grams colloidal oatmeal, 6 grams castor oil, 9.6 grams stearic acid, 3.6 grams cetyl alcohol, and 1.8 grams kaolin clay. To melt everything together, we're going to pop our measuring cup in a water bath. So this is a small saucepan that has about 1 inch or 3 centimeters of water in the bottom of it, and a little silicone drink trivet I got in the clearance section at a local kitchen store. And I'm going to go pop this on the stovetop over medium heat for about 20 minutes to melt everything through. Once everything has melted, you can remove your water bath from the heat and then remove your measuring cup from the water bath. Now we need to incorporate our cool down ingredients, but I'd like this to be a little bit cooler before we do. So we're going to pop it in a water bath. So this is a bowl that had some water in it that I froze, so it's got a bottom layer of ice and then a top layer of about 1 inch of water. And I'll just kind of pop this in here and stir it continuously to help jumpstart that cooling process. Now we can add our cool down ingredients. So we're going to need 0.15 grams bisabolol, 0.3 grams vitamin E, and 0.3 grams lavender essential oil. So now we're going to keep cooling this in our water bath until it's just thick enough that the clay will stay in suspension in the colloidal oatmeal before we pour it into our container. You do want to try and catch it before it gets too clumpy or too cloddy, when it kind of, you start to get some solid bits that don't really want to reincorporate. So feel free to bounce the measuring cup kind of between the ice bath and cloth, just so that you can more carefully control that cool down speed. All right, it is time to pop this in our container. Got a 2-ounce jar here. All right, so now we're just going to leave that to set up. Once that's set up, you're pretty much done. So I thought we'd do a little demo here with some of the leftover from the spatula. You can rub it into the skin really easily. You can see that it melts really nicely and it's very soft. And then when we add a bit of water, you can work it up into quite a low creamy lather that's really quite decadent and lovely. And then once I've done that, I like to rinse it off or wipe it off with a damp microfiber cloth. And that is pretty much it. So there you go. You just made a gorgeous, soothing cleansing balm. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and please remember to go down to the description box below this video and click through to find this post on my blog, where you'll find the full written recipe, the amounts in both metric and percents, information on scaling, substitutions, why we've used certain ingredients, where to buy them, and a whole lot more. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.